Hello, my name is Nabria Dunn, and I am the Alumni and Events Coordinator here at the College of Education and Human Development at Georgia State University. First, I just want to take a moment to thank our donors, our scholars, so much for joining us for this virtual celebration. Although we aren't able to celebrate in person, we're so glad that you decided to join us. Our order of ceremony is going to be welcome remarks from Dean Paul Alberto, remarks from our donors and our scholars, presentation of awards, and finally, thank you and acknowledgments. Thank you so much again for coming, and we hope that you enjoy. Now, here's a special message from Dean Paul Alberto.
Good day, and welcome to this virtual event for the College of Education and Human Development. I'm Paul Alberto, and I am the Dean of the College. And I am delighted to welcome you to one of the more pleasurable events that we have on our college calendar. For today, we have the opportunity to distribute scholarships to some of our students, both undergraduates and graduates. It is on a day like today when we are able to recognize and congratulate students who have earned scholarships for the merit of their work here at the college. It is also importantly our ability to say thank you to those donors who have generously endowed scholarships for our students. It is through their ongoing generosity that we are able to provide such support to our students who are, as we all know, facing very challenging times at the moment. As we go through today, please recognize the scope and range of students who are receiving awards today. They are, as I said, undergraduates and graduates. They are full-time students and part-time students. They are students in teacher education and education prep programs, and they are students in counseling programs and human services programs. What the display you will see today is the range of concerns for our community that the college has, as seen through the people we prepare through our programs. So, please sit back in this virtual world, enjoy the program, applaud for those people that you know while you're sitting at home, and understand that myself and all the college community extend our sincerest congratulations.
Now we'll have scholar remarks from Sarah Mia Obiwo and donor remarks from Knox Porter.
Greetings, my name is Dr. Mia Obiwo. I am a spring 2020 graduate of the Early Childhood and Elementary Education PhD program. I am also a 3-time Georgia State graduate with all 3 of my degrees coming from the College of Education and Human Development. I am a former elementary school teacher in Atlanta Public Schools, and most of my teaching occurred just down the street from Georgia State University. Currently, I am a new assistant professor of early childhood education with emphasis in urban education at the University of Memphis. I am so thankful for all of my experiences and acquired knowledge from Georgia State University. I am honored to be the recipient of the Baba Asa G. Hilliard Memorial Scholarship. As a part of my research, my teaching, and my leadership, I am committed to serving students and teachers within urban schools. This scholarship helped me achieve my goals as I was completing my dissertation. I was able to purchase books from seminal scholars of urban education. I'd like to thank my dissertation chair, Dr. Diane Truscott, my committee member and mentor, Dr. Tanya Durden, and also Associate Dean Gwendolyn Benson. Most importantly, I have to thank Baba Asa Hilliard for his scholarship in urban education, and I also want to thank the Honorable Patsy Jo Hilliard for making this scholarship possible. Thank you so much.
Good day. I'm Knox Porter, a 1982 and 87 graduate of the College of Education and Human Development. I'm proud that all my 43 years as an educator have seen me directly involved with students. I'm appreciative of how this college improved me as a teacher, and I'm proud to say that I'm still using those skills that I've learned here with pupils and to benefit them. Thank you, GSU. A wise person once said, "Teachers have a posterity which will continue forever. It will not be blotted out." The same can be said of those who labor in human development. Therefore, I continue to work with learners because I have an eye towards a coming day. I desire for their future to be strong for them, their families, and the communities where they will make their contributions. I believe that graduates of this college will make the greatest contribution and give the most needed gifts to society. Seeking the welfare of the community is vitally important to me. That's why, as an active alumnus, I volunteer for GSU Cares. Plus, I have endowed scholarships in this college. In future years, students like you will receive a needed financial benefit. As for this year, I congratulate all our scholars by saluting you for your forbearance, faithfulness, and self-control. May your studies be impactful for equipping you for effective service. May your work after graduation be established for the public good. Go Panthers.
College Awards. Asa G. Hilliard III Memorial Scholarship. Dr. Asa G. Hilliard III was a world-renowned Pan-Africanist educator, historian, and psychologist whose work impacted people around the globe. This scholarship is given in recognition of leadership, engagement in urban education settings that has improved and demonstrates promise to continue improving the educational context and/or student development and learning in these settings. This year's recipient is Sarah Mia Obiwo. The College of Education and Human Development's Dean Scholarship. This scholarship is given to a student in the college who has completed at least 30 hours of coursework, is in good academic standing, and shows a pattern of department or program involvement or scholarship. This year's recipient is Mylisha Sims. The College of Education and Human Development Scholarship. This scholarship recognizes individuals with outstanding accomplishments in the College of Education and Human Development. Undergraduate and graduate students who receive this scholarship are presently enrolled in the college, have completed at least 30 hours of coursework in the CEHD, are in good standing, and show a pattern of department/program involvement or scholarship. This year's recipients are Julia Steichleather, Madison Broombaugh, and Nari Ryu. Dean's Excellence Award in Early Childhood Special Education in memory of Ann Dixon de Monet. Mrs. Ann Dixon de Monet attended Georgia State University and received a master's degree in special education. After graduating, she taught special education in a number of schools in Georgia and Michigan, where she was known by all as an exceptional educator. While living in Georgia, she was recognized by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution as an outstanding educator in the Atlanta area. This award was established by Mr. Seth Liebler and Ms. Ann Parkman and is given to a student pursuing a graduate degree in special education with a concentration in early childhood education. This year's recipient is Roy Stegall. The Felicia and Rodney Mayfield Scholarship. Dr. Felicia Mayfield is a proud Triple Panther, having earned 3 degrees from Georgia State University. Dr. Mayfield has spent her life sharing her time and talents as a teacher, educator, administrator, and motivator, and she credits her Georgia State education as part of her success. This award, established by Dr. Mayfield and her husband, Mr. Rodney Mayfield, recognizes a deserving undergraduate student in the College of Education and Human Development. This year's recipient is Sandra Cruz. The Hayden Waltz Doctoral Dissertation Award. The Hayden Waltz Award was established by Drs. Melvin and Lucy Hayden in honor of their parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ralph Hayden Sr. and Mr. and Mrs. Edwin Millard Waltz. This award is presented to a doctoral student whose proposed dissertation exhibits originality, clarity, and effectiveness in the presentation of ideas, quality writing, and contributes to the future scholarly productivity of their field. This year's recipient is Adrian Neely. The K. Chester Scholarship for Teachers in Training. This scholarship was established by Mrs. K. Chester. This scholarship supports a woman pursuing a degree in teacher preparation who has the challenge of raising a family while furthering their education. This year's recipient is Shambrika Ivy. Counseling and Psychological Services. Joanna F. White Play Therapy Scholarship. Dr. Joanna F. White, former department chair of the college's Department of Counseling and Psychological Services, began the play therapy training program during her tenure. This scholarship is presented to a graduate student in good standing in the Department of Counseling and Psychological Services who is dedicated to the study and clinical practice of play therapy. This year's recipient is Laura Coburn. The Karen Lott Memorial Scholarship. Mrs. Karen Lott received her master's degree in school psychology from the College of Education and Human Development in 2002. This scholarship is awarded to a student in recognition of their commitment to multicultural issues and social injustice through advocacy and service. This year's recipient is Shaoui Yang. The Kenneth and Mary Matheny Professional and Counseling in Psychology Scholarship. Dr. Kenneth Matheny was a faculty member in the Department of Counseling and Psychological Services for 45 years, held the Regents Professor rank, and taught more than 5,000 students over the course of his career. Dr. Matheny is a diplomate in counseling psychology with the American Board of Professional Psychology and has been awarded fellow status with the Academy of Counseling Psychology, the American Association of Applied and Preventive Psychology, and the Georgia Psychological Association. This award, established by Dr. Matheny and his wife, Mrs. Mary Matheny, is given to a full-time doctoral student in the Department of Counseling and Psychological Services. This year's recipients are Janelle Adams, Alexandra Krupina, Giscard Petillon, and Adrian Robertson. Early Childhood and Elementary Education. David Jamel Holloman Memorial Scholarship. Dr. Darrell Holloman, a 3-time Georgia State University alumnus and former Dean of Students at the university, established this scholarship in memory of his younger brother, David Jamel Holloman. This memorial scholarship is awarded to an exceptional undergraduate student in the CEHD, majoring in early childhood and elementary education. This year's recipient is Afia Sharanaya. Lorene C. Pilcher Scholarship. Dr. Lorene Pilcher was a professor in the Department of Early Childhood and Elementary Education who was appointed the first research professor in the former College of Education by the Board of Regents, a position she maintained until she retired. Dr. Pilcher established this award to support an undergraduate student pursuing a degree in early childhood education who has a desire to become a teacher and demonstrates a passion for enhancing the lives of children. This year's recipient is Jordan Johnson. Robert L. Blaney and Joe C. White Scholarship. This scholarship is presented to a master's candidate in the Department of Early Childhood and Elementary Education's Urban Accelerated Certification and Master's Program, who exhibits the potential for excellence in teaching, communicates well with others, translates theory into practice, and has a sense of humor, characteristics which Dr. Blaney and Dr. White valued so highly. This year's recipient is Corey Gray. Kinesiology and Health. Jeff and Debbie Rupp Endowed Scholarship in Exercise Science. Established by Dr. Jeff Rupp, Associate Professor in the Department of Kinesiology and Health from 1985 to 2011, and Ms. Debbie Rupp, Associate Director of Recreational Programs from 1987 to 2010, this award is presented to a student in the Department of Kinesiology and Health's Exercise Science program. Awardees are selected based on academic promise, leadership, and talent. Further, these students have typically been leaders in a variety of extracurricular pursuits and won recognition for their interests at the regional, state, or national level. This year's recipient is Sarah Appleton. Margaret A. Jones Scholarship. This award is presented to elementary or middle school physical education students in honor of Dr. Margaret Peg Jones. This award is to recognize her extraordinary achievements in pre-service and continuing education of physical education teachers. This year's recipient is Kaylin Puckett. Mary Helen Huggins Memorial Scholarship in Sports Administration. This award is presented to an active graduate student in sports administration. As the former Marketing Services Director for the Atlanta Braves and faculty member in the Department of Kinesiology and Health, Ms. Mary Helen Huggins dedicated herself to and attained a high level of integrity and personal ethics. This year's recipients are Shanice McLeish and Haley Wharton. Rosalind Hirsch Balbarere Memorial Scholarship. Ms. Rosalind Hirsch Balbarere was a passionate consumer of the 1996 Paralympic Games in Atlanta and a dedicated advocate of the value and benefits of sport participation for people with a disability. This award is presented to a graduate student enrolled in the Department of Kinesiology and Health who has a commitment to advancing opportunities in physical activity, sports for individuals with a disability, and who demonstrates the potential to advance the field of adaptive physical activity or sports administration. This year's recipient is Myung Ha Sor. Learning Sciences. Dr. Cynthia Kuhlman and Dr. Wayne Sangstock Scholarship. Dr. Cynthia Kuhlman earned her master's and doctoral degrees from Georgia State University in 1974 and 1980 respectively. Serves as chair of the Charles R. Drew Charter School Board of Directors, and is a member of the College of Education and Human Development's Advancement Council. Dr. Wayne Sangstock was a special education professor at Georgia State University who specialized in intellectual disability. In that capacity, he made presentations at dozens of national and state conventions, published numerous articles in professional publications, and authored several book chapters. This award, established by Dr. Kuhlman and Dr. Sangstock, is presented to an exceptional student majoring in special education in the Department of Learning Sciences. This year's recipient is Inez O'Neill. Glenn A. Ferguson Scholarship for Special Education. This scholarship is awarded to graduate students who are pursuing a Master's in Education or PhD in the Department of Learning Sciences, with plans to teach or serve those students in special education who have behavioral disorders. This year's recipients are Whitney Campbell and Kelly Standridge. Joanne R. Nurse Endowed Scholarship in Lifelong Literacy. Dr. Joanne R. Nurse spent most of her career at Georgia State University educating teachers and working in programs for young children, adult literacy, and English language learners. She was directly responsible for the early establishment and success of the Department of Early Childhood and Elementary Education. This scholarship supports graduate level students who have a focus in lifelong literacy. This year's recipient is Xiao Zhang. Nicholas R. Castricone Memorial Scholarship. Dr. Nicholas Castricone was a professor of intellectual disabilities in the former Department of Educational Psychology, Special Education, and Communication Disorders. This scholarship is given to an undergraduate or graduate student studying intellectual disabilities. This year's recipient is Brandy Beck. Middle and Secondary Education. Adele Street Adams Memorial Scholarship. Ms. Vivian Street established this scholarship in memory of her sister, College of Education and Human Development alumnus, and celebrated high school chemistry teacher, Ms. Adele Street Adams. This scholarship supports an exceptional CEHD student pursuing a degree in science education. This year's recipient is Gordon Hart Ingubane. Beverly J. Armento Endowed Doctoral Award. Dr. Beverly J. Armento, Research Professor of Social Studies Education, served on the College of Education and Human Development faculty from 1975 to 2003. Realizing the power of the individual teacher, Dr. Armento committed her career to the preparation of exemplary teachers, ones who believe in the power of each child to be successful in their lives. This award supports doctoral students in middle and secondary education. This year's recipients are Pam Liu and Adrian Neely. Bradford and Patricia Ferrer Scholarship in Middle Childhood Education. Mr. Bradford Ferrer and Mrs. Patricia Ferrer have demonstrated their commitment to the university by continuing to be an integral participant at Georgia State. Mrs. Ferrer, a former math and science teacher, understands the importance of students receiving a solid education by a well-prepared teacher. This award supports a student majoring and excelling in middle-level education. This year's recipients are India Lyons and Sonia Rosales. Excellence in Mathematics Teaching Award. Established by Drs. Hiram and Barbara Johnston, both of whom had long careers in the College of Education and Human Development, this award is given to an undergraduate or graduate student pursuing a degree in mathematics education who demonstrates academic excellence. This year's recipient is Ana Abatiello. Jerry Robbins Endowed Scholarship in Mathematics. Dr. Jerry H. Robbins has devoted his professional life to the preparation of teachers. During his career at Georgia State University, he was a member of the faculty and served as dean. This award honors a student majoring and excelling in mathematics with a focus in teacher preparation. This year's recipient is Joy Vick. We want to take a moment to thank our donors for making these scholarships possible. We are so grateful for your ongoing support of our college. Congratulations again to all of our 2019-2020 academic scholars. We hope that everyone is staying safe and well, and remember, go Panthers!